Late to the party, I know, but as someone who didn't grow up playing the Super Mario Bros. Games, this movie didn't immediately stick out as a must-watch film. That all changed, however, when the press circuit started to go into full swing. We had Chris Pratt, Almond Joy, and Back Black having a grand old time, and seeing them actually have fun with promoting the film convinced me that the film might be more than just a cash grab. I mean, obviously the studio chose them to voice the main characters for their star power, but maybe, just maybe, there's a hidden heart to this corporate concoction. After watching the film, I'm glad to report that they did get the combination just right, and I'm here to break down that recipe as I see it. The Super Mario Bros. Movie certainly isn't the first attempt at a video game film adaptation, but it's definitively the best one I've seen, even compared to Sonic. Here are 3 aspects that the Super Mario Bros. Movie was able to nail, drawing moviegoers from far and wide in to willingly hand over some big bucks for a quick trip to the Mushroom Kingdom. The original Mario games were these 8-bit wonders, pulling in kids to a streamlined 2D narrative. It may seem that going with the traditional animation style would result in the most straightforward adaptation, but unless you're intending to make Mario into an anime, I really don't think this style would work best. Live action. That would keep costs low and would allow the studio to really take advantage of the star power they cast, right? No, it really wouldn't have turned out very well either, in my opinion. Could you really see Chris Pratt with a giant mustache as anything other than Chris Pratt? I don't even think him adding the accent would be enough to truly embody the character. He just can't disappear into his character as well as someone like Jim Carrey. I'm also fairly certain that the studio was trying to avoid any comparisons to the original live-action Super Mario Bros. Movie. What the fuck? So I think that was a non-starter from the beginning. So what about a mix? I mean, Sonic 2020 did it, and after addressing the hideous abomination that was their initial model of Sonic, the film went on to be very successful. Ultimately, I think the decision to go with pure 3D animation was a way to differentiate themselves from the Sonic franchise that did use that mix between 3D and live action. It also gave them full control over the appearance of every character. Speaking of characters, there are a few pitfalls in this regard that the film was able to avoid, which really helped it appeal to its established core audience and new viewers alike. Namely, the characters you get are the characters fans grew up knowing. I really don't know why some studios like Disney have become so obsessed with changing the race and gender of established characters under the guise of inclusion and diversity. You can't change all the aspects of a character's backstory and origin, representing them in name only, and then expect people to tune in gladly. The most egregious example of that recently is Velma. A complete self-insert for what purpose exactly? It's also fairly important to choose the right characters from their pretty expansive pantheon for the story they want to tell. If you want to maximize your audience reach and get new viewers, such as myself, who only know the very basics about this franchise, you have to grab the most recognizable characters. Red Plumber Guy, Green Plumber Guy, Evil Spiky Turtle, and the pink not damsel in distress. Given that there haven't been 20 different versions of Mario done before, it was a safe bet to go with these characters. There are recent examples like Guardians of the Galaxy thriving on lesser-known characters, but it takes a lot of legwork to convince audiences to care about them, and there's no guarantee that they'll remain relevant in coming years. Movie studios love making adaptations of established franchises because they come with a built-in fandom that, theoretically, should mean X amount of guaranteed bucks at the box office. Looking at Universal Studios' lineup of films from 2022 and 2023, we can see that Universal has a few successful franchises that form a backbone of guaranteed earnings. Think Jurassic World, Minions, The Fast and Furious, with more experimental films mixed in, Megan and Cocaine Bear. If they mischaracterize this subset, however, they may just drive off their biggest fans, who won't be so quick to forgive them and run back for the next installment. The Super Mario Bros. Movie did their homework. An hour and a half of runtime was perfect. The visuals popped, and the warm color palette matched the cheery atmosphere of the games. The humor was used just enough to get a few chuckles from the crowd without becoming too juvenile. Overall, it was a great quick flick. I wouldn't mistake it for a masterpiece, but for what the studio set out to do, it was a great success. Not every movie has to have meta commentary or extremely high stakes. If anything, I'm hopeful this convinces more studios, such as Disney, to stick closer to the source material because they know they'll be supported by the audience. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And if not, thanks for watching anyway. Pero here, wishing you sweet dreams until next time.